In Episode 9 of NCIS Origins, the romance between Mariel Molino's Lala Dominguez and Austin Stowell's Leroy Jethro Gibbs intensifies. Since NCIS Origins centers on what happened to Gibbs' wife and daughter in the show, any romance between them must be justified because a love relationship with the family patriarch may undermine his sorrow. Gibbs and Lala follow their lead to Tijuana, where they intend to collaborate with a liaison officer, but the case in Episode 9 pulls the agents closer together as they look for a missing Navy corpsman named Dana Rogers, Zoe Sansanovich. When Lala and Gibbs get to Mexico, their liaison officer says he thinks Dana's abduction had something to do with a Reynosa cartel-run human trafficking network. One of the two individuals in charge of the operation, and the one that killed Shannon and Kelly, is Pedro Hernandez, George Pease. The relationship reveals more about Molino's personality by bringing feelings for Pedro Hernandez to the surface for both sides. The NCIS Origins story's possible romance will be hampered by the case's loose end, even though Frank's Kyle Schmid, Gibbs and Lala are successful in breaking up the human trafficking network. Although Lala's involvement in Shannon and Kelly's murder investigation forges a close friendship between the agents, it is debatable if Gibbs and Lala ought to cross paths in NCIS Origins. On the one hand, Lala and Gibbs' romance in NCIS Origins would bolster the show's romantic bond and captivate viewers with an early love tale. However, a romance for Gibbs within 6 months after his wife's passing would trivialize the agent's suffering by implying that he can get over Shannon's heinous murder by finding solace in a new love relationship. Since Gibbs is the only one who feels the sorrow as deeply as he does, NCIS Origins provides him the justification for a relationship. The only person who can relate to the agent's situation, particularly at this point in his life, is Lala. Even if it means foregoing a love story for the series, NCIS Origins should wait to approve Gibbs and Lala's romance. In order for fans to enjoy the happiness of a blooming romance with Gibbs' prequel stories without feeling conflicted, NCIS Origins could instead create a romance outside of the main plot of Gibbs and his tragedy. Gibbs learns how much Agent Dominguez cares about his case in Mexico. Lala informs Gibbs that she is personally searching for Pedro Hernandez, the murderer of his wife and daughter, and that she visits Tijuana once a month to do so. A second later, the Reynosa cartel fires a barrage of shots through the wall of the hotel room before Gibbs can react. Lala's connection to Gibbs' NCIS Origins narrative is strengthened by the fact that he must be touched to know that someone on his team is so deeply invested in the case. Nevertheless, the show must postpone their romance in order to sell Gibbs' tragedy.